Hey, ho, let's go. This video is about the progress and the process. It's about your magic capacity to write down your imagination. Because it all starts with your mind. It all starts with your capacity to imagine something. And to put that then into densified matter, to put that then into the realm you live in. But the first step is to control your mind and then to let go, to write it down, and then to see that you create what you have inside of your head and to put that basically into reality. So the writing and the spelling is the first step to densify the thought into the realm. And this is why writing is so important, and to keep a scheduled life, to keep a routinized life, and in order to keep up your routine and to start your routine, you should start to write down what you want to see in your reality. And I don't know what it is that you would like to see in your reality, but this is how basically magic is done. This is how you create what you would like to see. And you can become very creative with it. I remember once I've been to school, we had like a process book in art. In the art lessons. And we were told to write down for each and every day the process and the progress we've been through, and to also make it look nicely, and also to make a collage with something. So what I did is everything that I write down, basically, I use a scissor. I scissor it out, right? So you could become very creative with it. And then I put it into this book. And this is how I create my process. With all the studies I researched in the last days, including what are the benefits of kickboxing, for example, or the email traffic I had with maybe my next how's it called? Yeah, the place where I'm going to work in the future. And all these things I want to put into reality, because if you print something out, this is you see, this is the problem with emails. You have so much emails and everybody's sitting in front of the computer typing all of these emails and blah blah blah. And if you don't use your mind in the capacity form where you know what you were sending to all these people, if you print it out, maybe people then say, oh, that's a waste of resources, blah blah blah, the tree. And well, the tree is connected to the papacy, right? So the paper, the father, and the father gives you the semen, the strength that produces your imagination, your capacity to move forward in life. So this is the first step to densify what you would like to see, like I said. This is why I print it out. I print out these email traffics. I print out the research that I'm into. Also now considering my bachelor that I'm writing next to all of this, what I'm doing here on social media. Then I write down my program I do for myself. And I always did that. I always was writing down my schedule for my training, right? So this is basically magic. This is spelling. This is ritual. This is my ritual. This is my ritual. every time before I do my training, I make sure I write these things down. And from a very high perspective, these are just symbols. You see? Wait, it's upside down, but I could also read it to you. Program for a training book: adapting to society, synchronizing, adapting, accepting like a chameleon, moving like a ninja, 1 rep for strength and move minds, more kickboxing rounds with a gym boss timer. Stop being so picky, tolerate all, take things easy and light. Stop doing things that stink. For example, urine and DMSO, because I want to move more towards society and adapt myself there. Do more things that smell good. So I, like I said, do coping strategies, alternatives. That means, for example, I take more OPC, or I take just more vitamin D3. Take showers, use cologne and essential oils. Take more alternatives, for example, OPC instead. All movements for 1 rep for the nervous system with any objects. Squat, deadlift, hip thrust, lifting as a way of interacting psychophysically with my environment. Push, overhead, front, down. Pull, overhead, front, down. Stroops, that's these things I was also showing you here. See that? That's what I was showing you here. These training tools, they are freaking good for shadowboxing. It's one of the best training equipment. Although you don't need equipment, use tools, but do not depend on them. And then stroops. So I do 3 rounds of shadowboxing, and then I increase these rounds. Do Kalari 2 movements, and I make sure I clean up 1 object at 1 day in my room, because my room is basically pretty much a mess. So this is my progress book, and today I was writing down the focus routine, reading in the Tuan and doing the exercise with music. Kalari and Paida with a stick. Move plus motivating music. Listening to motivating music. 3 rounds of shadowboxing plus stroops. 1 round without stroops. And 1 round is 2 minutes, 1 minute rest in between. Then I do the 5th exercise of Falun Gong, Falun Dafa as a finisher. So this movement, right? Cultivating Buddha. I make sure I clean my body, and I do coming and developing myself into the next stage, going to the next round. And in order to get there, I make sure I write 1 side, one sheet of paper for my bachelor at a day. Also, I take food if it comes into my life. I take the opportunity. I synchronize. I adapt like a chameleon and ninja. You see? And this basically, it seems very, 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 very easy, right? So you just write down your schedule. But this is how magic is done. This is how you create. This is how you program yourself. So of course I have to be very conscious with the things I write down, because it's very, very powerful. Because, and this is not what many people get, right? So I take this red stick with red pencil for you to illustrate that better. If I write, listen closely here. If I'm writing, I use basically my blood. Well, you shouldn't use your blood for anything. I don't do blood over intent. I don't do that. But to see it from very high perspective, if you write down something, why have you used the ink? Back in the days, you were using ink. What's the color of ink? It's blue. So the royal bloods have white skin. It's not about racism. It's not about racism. That's not at all about racism. But the royals in the past, they had white skin and blue because they weren't out in the sun like the lower people who were building and constructing everything, right? They were out in the sun. They were building the stuff, Now the kings and queens, they were sitting there in the palace, not being in the sun, which is actually very not so intelligent, but they have very white skin because of this, and they were using their blood, which is blue. So they were writing down with their signature, with their sign of nature, they were writing down all the different laws. They were creating the laws for the people because they know how to spell. They know how to create language. They knew about all the spellings. They knew about the witchcraft. They knew about what these spells do upon people. And this is basically still what is happening today. But I'm a primary magician. I'm even way beyond the magician. I'm way beyond the shaman. Way beyond that. But I know what it means to write these things down. And I could show you books and books of trainings what I was doing in the past for the last years. But it's not about me. It's about empowering people shamanistically to this point again that they can write down their own things to create their own life. I don't know what it is in your life that you want to see. This is what I want to see. This is why I do it. I enjoy it. And maybe there's something for you. Maybe not. I don't know. But I do it totally for free because I love it. And this is basically why I say it's so damn important that you realize what writing does. Not typing. Don't type. I don't type here on my computer. No. Of course I do this because I live in this digital age. I write my bachelor on my computer and every shit. Being on social media, I write that shit. But I know how to create with my blood when I spell things on the paper with my blood, basically. I don't use my blood, but I use the ink. I don't even use ink, right? I should probably use ink. Spelling, discursive writing, and L ether. Yeah, that's how it's done. And that's also what graffiti is, right? In the past, I was very much into graffiti. I wasn't spraying anything on the walls or something, but I was very artful with letters. Calligraphy, Calipayatu, maybe. You see the connections there? Black magic. Well, black magic just means that you put something into densified matter. White magic would be the opposite thing. It means that you solve something into the mist. It's an alchemical process. You can do it both ways, or you just do it in an 8. You do both. And it's not about going up all the time or going down all the time. It's about what is it that you would like to do? See the creative potential in it. I could erase everything, rebuild it, destroy it, rebuild it. It just depends on what I would like to see. So this is why I tell you, use your imagination, your eye-Magick-nation. I'm the whole country. I'm the world. I'm the town. I'm everything. I create the nation because I'm the Tower of God with my spine. I take care of my spine. Most people don't take care of the spine. So their tower is not working. How would you then think that this avatar would operate the way you would like to see it? It's not possible. So this basically what I suggest you to do is to take care of your routine. I don't know what it is. I don't even want to know it. I don't know. I'm not interested in that. Well, I can take care about you. So if there's something I can inspire you with, or if you have any quests, I'm here for you. And I don't even say that you should do anything that I do. But I think it might be very inspiring for yourself to write the things down that you would like to see. Because you use your own blood, you spill it. Basically, when you write it down with the ritual, make it a ritual. Doesn't matter when. By what time? Because you emit time. But it's important that you take care of the things that you would like to see, because otherwise other people will make the decisions for you. And then you can finally come to the conclusion, someday maybe, that you see, hey, I have certain images in my head which I would like to see. And you become so masterful that you basically give the ideas that you want to just have for yourself to other people, so they will do it for you. So you don't have to do it anymore. You can focus on something else. How do you think the biggest companies exist? They exist exactly like that. The CEO doesn't take care of how the building is cleaned. The CEO doesn't take care of about the financial things or anything. He has all the little other minions who are doing it for him. And if he's a very humble and very intelligent and very maybe truthful master, he makes sure that everybody is in their own block very, very satisfied. And the whole thing is working on its own. It's self-sustaining. It should be self-sustaining. Yeah, plant ideas into others, because we're all trees. I'm a walking tree. It's funny, right? Because in German we say sometimes, wait a minute, I said that last time to my girl. That was funny. Wait a minute. A second. Because I told you we are like trees, right? So we basically have a branch. We have branches. We have both. The knot, right? So trees are growing branches. And in German, we say basically, if you save money, you say I was saving a branch. I don't know if you say that also in English, Angelish. I was saving a branch, right? I was saving myself a branch. That means you saved your own currency so that there wasn't growing in the branch. You keep that currency for yourself in order to spend it somewhere else. I keep that currency, and once I want to release it, which also would be like semen, then I spell it over the things that I would like to create. That's also what language does. If you shut your mouth for a certain time, you become very conscious about the things you think. You become very conscious about the things you do. So then, when I save my words, I save my worlds. And then if I speak something, it's way more powerful. Because if I don't say anything for 5 minutes, I listen. Then I'm saying something that's way more powerful if I'm speaking like for 20 minutes and people don't even get the essence out of it. See, this is why it's very important to use words wisely. So my thoughts on blood over intent, using blood with magic. Yo, Fire Drake, love it, bro. Well, it's the same basically, probably as using semen or blood, but I would say one of the most powerful things, if you're ready for it and if you can handle a lot of pressure inside, because there will be a lot of pressure inside. If you can hold on to that, if you can hold on to the semen, if you can hold on to the blood, if your blood becomes so heated up that it starts to cook, most people can't handle the pressure, so they have to scream, they have to destroy something, they have to whatever, because they can't handle the pressure. But especially if, for example, with Paida, you charge and you also discharge at the same time, because you become a free vessel. so you can flux energy way better through the system. So I would, for me, it's just for me, I wouldn't basically recommend to use any other than urine, because, well, as long as I probably live, I will produce urine, because I'm not into that breatharian state. I can't handle it because I'm not so powerful, maybe. Because as long as I eat, I will probably produce urine, and so this is why maybe I would recommend to use urine. It's very powerful. You can also use spit. Of course, you could also use blood, and if you could use semen, but I'd like to keep my semen for myself, as the same with the blood. That's funny, man. Use like body cultivation. Yeah, good idea, right? You plant seeds in somebody else, and eventually, maybe someday they will grow. Sometimes it needs a lot of pressure, it needs a lot of light, it needs a lot of water, and maybe a longer time period for people to realize the things that you were planting inside of them. But the semen, if the semen and if the egg comes together, then it's maybe just a matter of time, and time is emitted by everybody's by oneself. So everybody needs their own time in order to recreate. Yeah, shrooms might be a good idea, but I have to focus on my journey like a little bit more to put my life together and to be like really self-sustaining. That means, yeah, so I'm here for you. I do it because I love it, and I do it because it's entertaining also for me. I can speak my mind. So if you have any questions, if I can inspire, let me know. Well, what's your favorite color? Maybe it's red, or it's yellow, or what about green? Or what about what we have here? Well, a bit of blue, right? Blue. Yeah. We switch it off, switch it on. Yeah, so this is basically what it's about. It's about your capacity to write down the things that you would like to see, and to use your blood symbolically, I would use it symbolically, to create your magic in the book. And because you know what, if you write down things like this way, you'll know how many pathways, and you see how circular the format is. If you write things like this, you see there's so much connection going on in your whole body if you write, instead of this, right? Of course, you now you use all types of fingers. Okay, that's true, and you use both hands. That's also great, right? But first of all, you use artificial intelligence, which is also cool, and it's part of the human evolution and part of human life. But this is way more natural, way more natural. For how long did we have computers? I don't know. Maybe in the past they had already computers, but nobody knows, because history has been erased and everything. But I don't know. Maybe this is already how it's always been done. I don't know. But to me, this seems so much cooler and so much more individual. So it's very original to yourself, because this is the way you write, right? And just create, I would say, just way more personal. Light language, it was very fast. People would take off their mask if they see my intent. I was also raising the roof. Yeah. funny because once I've been also on shrooms, I had the imaginational process that I could move the sun. I was looking at the sun, I was sun gazing, and I could like, and this is why I was like, fuck, did that already happen? Because I wanted to, like, I should have filmed it. But I was like, I was sun gazing and I was seeing that I was moving the sun all across the sky. That was so brilliant, let me tell you this. And I've been sun gazing for such a long time. And that just means either way it was very big illusion, or that was showing me that I'm way more powerful than I could probably ever imagine. Because if I could move the sun, like, I don't want to ball around. It's not about me. I'm here to exist, just to exist and to inspire. And to, like, put this world into probably a better state. But, yeah. Drop germs into society, and eventually someday, even if it takes longer times, if it takes years, they will see what I speak about. And I don't stop with speaking my truth. I just do what I do. I just do what I am. I am the things that I speak about. I'm so truthful. I'm so honest with myself here. This is like, most people even were wearing a mask before the whole, you know what's going on. So it's like, I don't even put it into my mouth. Most people were wearing a mask way before this was all happening. Way before. They don't even knew it. They were wearing a mask. But I could wear a mask and I could still show you my truest being. I don't care about the mask. I don't care. I could sit here with a mask and be like so as truthful as I am. And I speak and do the things, like I said, that are empowering. This is like, and this how that costs you nothing. That costs you nothing. Then just, I mean, sure, it costs you something. How much? A few bucks, right? But this is compared to what you invest and what you get out of it. This is how real magic is done. And then you, of course, can condense it to mind, but this, and I see if you start to see the full potential of yourself, the full magical aspect, I would guess, and it's the way for me right now, but maybe you're way further than me, I don't know. But I would guess it will become very overwhelming. It will become way too much too much, because you start to identify and see every little detail around you, everything. And if you don't have a certain type of routine, then you will basically dissolve into everything. And this is basically what spirituality is, because you start to see, and I was doing this mistake that I was speaking about, false spirituality, but spirituality is something you cannot grab. I can't grab it. Spirituality is like the wind. It's there and it's gone. And it's everywhere at the same time. And it's ever changing. So, here to inspire, right? Yes. Gardening of the mind, creating fertile soil for the seeds you desire to take root. Yeah. This is how basically the universe works, right? The stars, the candles, the magic. Ooh. Slide it up. So, are there any quests? Are there any things I could still inspire you with? Or do you already know everything? well, we create the whole realm, right? What kind of color are you? It's multicolored, yo. It's multicolored. You like that, huh? Giving you a little light show. But hey, it's you that produces all the light. It's you there. You produce it. Just remind you of it. Yeah, so do you have any things to say? Is there something you would like to say? Is there something you would like to talk about? Is there something I can inspire you with in the future or in the moment of the self? I think urine looping might be a very cool idea to become more processful. Oh, wait a minute. Whoops. Hey, what's going on here? You still here? Loop the love. Yeah. Funny enough, I just got a phone call. Yeah, so loop the love. It's all self-love to begin with. So, I would say, in the humble words of myself, truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance for you. And we see ourselves in the future, or in the past, or in the moment that you created for yourself. De-occulting the world magic, for we are the magic, magics of the imagine. Yeah. So, for all of you, like I said, we see ourselves in the future when we beam ourselves together. Truthfulness, compassion, tolerance for you and me and everybody. Peace.